Hey y'all, Nico here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Nico. Today is day 21 of our Body, Mind, Soul 30 Days of Yoga Transformation Challenge, and today we're going to be working on our lower body. So we'll be doing poses that help to stretch and to strengthen our lower body down here in our legs and our glutes and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position, just with a couple breaths. So make sure your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. You can close your eyes or lower your gaze to the floor. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Second deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. And we'll come back to our natural breath. And then on our next inhale, we'll make our way up to hands and knees and start in a child's pose, Balasana. So come with your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Bring your big toes together, knees wide. Float the hips back towards the heels. Extend the arms forward. Melt your chest down towards your mat for your Balasana. Forehead or chin can rest on the mat. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, float your body forward. Let's work into Marjaryasana and Bidalasana, cat-cow. Take an inhale, arch the spine, lift the chin, lift the tailbone up and away. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to your chest. Pull the belly button back. Good. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Keep moving with your breath at whatever pace you like. And feel free to add a couple barrel rolls, circling the head and the hips. Now let's come back to a neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide. We'll float back and forth over the wrists to give them a stretch. It's coming as far forward as you can over the wrist and then shifting your weight back again. Good. We'll come back to stillness again. Take your right foot, step it up outside of your right hand for Uttan Prasthasana, lizard pose. You can scoot your left knee back a bit and start to open your chest here. So bring your chin parallel to the floor. Start to feel that nice stretch in the groin. If you like a little more, you can tuck the back toe underneath you and maybe move around a bit. Maybe you can even find a little bounce. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Rest that left knee down if it's up. Step the right foot back. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So step the left foot up outside of the left hand. Scoot the right knee back maybe an inch or two. Open the chest here, bring the chin parallel with the floor. And again, you can tuck that back toe underneath if you like and move around. Good. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, rest the right knee down. Step the left foot back, coming to table. And we'll come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back for your down dog. Press your chest towards your thighs, your heels towards the ground. We can pedal our feet, bending one knee at a time, feeling a stretch in the hamstrings. You can shift your heels from one side to the other. Come back to center. Bring your gaze up in between your hands. Bend your knees. Step, jump, float, or handstand the feet up behind the hands. However you get there is fine. Good. From here, bring the feet underneath the hips. Make sure the toes are pointed forward. Start to bend your knees, bringing your thighs parallel with the ground. And we're going to sweep our arms up for Venkatesananda, chair pose. Try to keep your spine long here. Arms are extended up. Shift your weight into your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Good. Keep breathing. Maybe you find a steady breath in and out of the nose. Definitely a challenge. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, take a big step back with the left foot landing on the left toe. And lift the body up. Bring the chin parallel to the floor. Lift the torso up. Bend into this right knee. Keep the right knee bent, aligned over the ankle for Ashtachandrasana, high lunge. Again, trying to stay up on the back toe if you can, but if not, feel free to rotate the back heel down flat. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift your weight into this right foot. We're going to step the left leg over the right. So maybe those left toes can meet the ground. Or you can bring the left toes around a second time behind the calf. We're moving into Eagle Pose, Garudasana. Arms come out in front of you. Bring the right elbow inside of the left elbow. Back of the hands face each other. Or maybe the palms come together. We'll lift the arms up and away. Find your jishti. Find a focal point here to help you balance. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, unravel, and take a big step back with the left foot. Then our left hand is going to come down inside of our right foot, and we'll rest the left knee down, extending the right arm up for this revolve low lunge. Maybe look up towards the right hand, or you can look down towards the ground for more stability. Take an inhale. Exhale, right hand lowers down. Heel-toe your right foot to the center just a little bit more. And then we're going to scooch this left knee up behind our right leg. So go ahead and come down to the knee on the right leg as well. We're moving into cow face. And then we'll sit back with the knees stacked one on top of each other. If this doesn't feel good for you, extend your left leg to straight. So if you're doing more of full cow face, our knees stacked one on top of the other. If you need a modification, left leg is extended. Good. You can let your fingertips rest on the ground. If you like, you can hinge forward a bit. If you want to deepen that stretch outside of the hip. Now from here, we're going to transition into wide leg forward bend, but it works best if you are in the more full position of cow pose with your knees stacked one on top of the other. So feel free to stay where you are seated. If you'd like to transition into wide leg forward bend, we're going to kind of tuck our toes and we'll do this pivot. So Bring your hands on either side of you, and then start to kind of walk them both over to the left side. And then we're going to lift the hips and come to a wide leg forward bend facing the back of our mat. So begin to lift your hips, bring your toes inward, heels outward, and we're down our wide leg forward bend. Feel free to be more in a half lift if you like, but if you feel comfortable, lower your chest down more. Your hands can come to the ankles or maybe walk them through, like so. Just do what feels best for you. I'm going to grab my ankles because when my feet are on the floor, it's a little bit slippery, so this kind of helps my feet to stay a little bit more in position. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, come to a half lift, and we're just going to go back to cow face the same way we entered in the wide leg forward bend, just reversing the movement. So we'll walk our hands over towards the right, bend those knees, bring the hips down to the ground, and stack the knees again for our cow face pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward, come back on the knees like we were earlier, and then we'll step the right leg back and come to a table position. And from our table position, we'll tuck our toes under and lift our hips up and back for down dog again. Good, so now we're back where we started, and we'll do the same poses on the other side. So bring your gaze up in between your hands. Bend your knees, step, jump, float, or handstand the feet up behind the hands. Good. Bring a deep bend into your knees, shift your weight into your heels, bring your thighs parallel to the floor. Sweep the arms up for Venkatesananda, chair pose. Sink the hips down, shift your weight into your heels. Pull the belly button back towards the spine, engage the core. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. It's a reminder to myself too. Take an inhale. Exhale, big step back with the right foot this time. Lift the torso up. Bring the chin parallel to the floor. Bend into that left knee, let it be over the ankle. Good. We're up on that back toe. But again, rotate the back heel down if you need. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift your weight into this left foot. Right leg bends on top of the left. Might have the right toes on the ground, or they might wrap around the calf here. Arms come out in front. Tuck your left elbow inside of your right elbow. Back of the hands face each other or the palms. Find your drishti. Lift those forearms up and away. Take an inhale. Exhale, unravel. Big step back with the right foot. Right hand rests down inside of the left foot. Left arm extends up. Right knee comes down to the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Heel toe the left foot over to the center maybe a bit. And start to scooch the right knee up. And then we'll come down on the left knee. Trying to stack the knees one on top of the other. Or extend the right leg to straight. Either one. And then now we're back in our cow face pose. Fingertips can just come to either side of you. Or if you like, you can find a fold here. Fold kind of feels good after all that work we did. Now feel free to stay where you are or transition into wide leg forward bend just like we did. So you can walk your hands over to the right side. Start to lift your hips. Come into a wide leg forward bend facing the back of the mat. Remember, you can grab the ankles, you can walk the hands through, or you can stay in a half lift with your hands on the mat. Second inhale. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat, come up for a half lift. Walk your hands over to the left, and then come back to your cow face pose, bending those knees again, stacking them one on top of the other. Inhale in your cow face pose. Exhale, float your body forward, or make your way to table. However you get there is fine. And then we'll step our left leg back. Again, just making our way to table. And we'll tuck our toes under and lift our hips up and back for down dog. Curl your feet out here. Come down to Balasana if you need a rest, to child's pose. Now from our Adho Mukha Svanasana, we'll take an inhale, start to extend the right leg back. Exhale, step the right foot up in between the hands. However you get it there is just fine. You can grab it and bring it up there, or you could come down to both knees first and then bring it up there. Then from here, we're going to rotate our back heel down flat and sweep both arms up, and then pivot the right toes to face the left side of your mat as well. From here, we'll bring our heels in, toes out. Let your hands come together above you. Inhale. Exhale, imagine your back sliding down a wall as you sit straight down to Utthita Konasana, goddess pose. Again, heels in, toes outward, knees nice and open, hips are nice and open here. And if you like, you can find a little movement side to side. Take an inhale, straighten the legs, pivot the left toes to face the left side a little bit more again, and then we'll bend into this left knee, come into Skandasana, and if you can, come up on the right heel. So you may be up higher, or if it feels okay, you can lower those hips all the way down. Hands can come to heart center or rest on the ground. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale. We'll do it on the other side. So point those right toes a little bit more towards the left edge of your mat. Come up on the left heel and sink the hips down. It can be high or low. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, hands come to the mat. And then we'll pivot the right toes to face the front of the mat. Come up on the back left toe, so you're in this lunge position. And we're just going to do a jump switch. So we're going to jump switch our legs. You can also just step them. You don't have to jump. But if you like to jump, it's kind of just what it sounds like. We'll just bring our left foot in front and our right leg behind. Good. So now we're in a lunge position again with the left foot in front. And then we'll rotate the back heel down, sweep both arms up, pivot the left toes to face the right side. So then start to bring your heels inward, toes outward. Inhale. Exhale, sit straight down to your goddess pose. Knees nice and open. Hips nice and open. You can find some gentle movement side to side. Good. Remember to breathe. And let's move into Skandasana to the right. Just pivot the right toes to face the edge of the mat a bit more. And then we'll come up on the left heel, either staying up high or sinking all the way down. Good. And inhale. Exhale, lift the hips and shift your weight over to the other side, moving into Skandasana on the other side. And inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, lift the hips, pivot the left toes to face the front edge of the mat, come up on the right toes as well. So now we're in the lunge position. And then we're just going to step our left foot back. You can bring the hands flat. Step the left foot back, lift the hips up and back for down dog. Good. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, drop the knees down, big toes together, knees wide. Float the hips back towards the heels. Extend the arms forward for Balasana, child's pose. Slow that breathing down if your breathing is a bit faster. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Extend those legs in front. However you transition to seated is fine. Extend those legs in front. Flex the toes back towards you. And kind of rotate the tops of your thighs inward, just so we're more on those sit bones. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, start to hinge forward. You can let your hands rest on your legs if you like, or maybe you want to grab the toes. Feel free to round your spine for this version of Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. Take an inhale in your seated forward bend. Exhale, roll back up to a seat. We'll bend our knees, bringing our feet flat. Scoot your hips close to your heels and make your way down to your back. Hugging the knees into the chest. Rocking side to side. Getting a quick massage in the lower back. And we'll release the knees, release the arms, coming down to Shavasana. Legs reach towards the bottom corners of your mat. Arms rest at your sides, palms facing upward. You can always come to a seat if you like. Let's come back to those long, slow breaths we used earlier. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Second deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And come back to your natural breath. Releasing any control over the breath. And just letting it flow. Just letting yourself be here for these next few moments. And on your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Just reawakening the body. And when you're ready, roll over onto your favorite side, using your arm as a pillow. Just taking a moment to reflect on your practice and to extend gratitude towards yourself for this act of self-care and self-love. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. And together we'll sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale, hands meet. Exhale the hands down to heart center. Namaste. Okay guys, thank you for joining me for day 21 of our Body, Mind, Soul challenge. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought about this practice. What was the difficulty level like for you? How are you feeling in your body? Are you feeling certain muscles strengthening? Are different poses becoming easier than they were before? I would love to hear your feedback. Check the links in my description box about joining my channel as a member, Black Yogi Nico Marie merch, and there's also a link to my DJ channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace and love.